How could you make the workflow more descriptive? So for you as a creator, but also for the consumer, it is more easy to understand and to use and run. So let's focus on you and the creators. This is a bad example. It's the same workflow as we have seen before, the battery pack calculator. But it looks totally different and it's super hard to read if you would like to check it out some weeks or months later, or if you by any chance have to give it to a colleague and the colleague needs to further work with it. So what we can do at the very beginning is to ensure a straight wire alignment. We see that here almost all the wires are straight. And then we also add an image, we add a heading, we add some introduction text, so kind of like a documentation of your low code. So this makes it super easy for all the other creators or yourself to understand what's going on in the workflow. You can also add other descriptions that further describe the details, but that's up to you in the end. So use our canvas and image annotations to make the workflow more descriptive and a straight wire alignment. What you can do as well is to play around with different wire styles. So we use the default state at the most, but sometimes here, for example, you can't avoid having cables going from up to down. And for this, I now choose the wire style faint. You can also use the wireless state. So you can see that here in these purple grouped basic containers, that's kind of like our color code, so they're easier to spot in the whole workflow. So when you go over them, you see that there are wires routed from front to back. Now let's think about our users, about our consumers of the workflows who only see the interface in the browser. They don't even have the knowledge of the workflow. What could make their life easier? Let's do a quick recap. We have seen this a lot. So the first thing what we can do is that we add a name and a description. This is already very good, so they know what this workflow is about. Then we also talked about reasonable names for in and outputs. Also super important, and we have seen that already in the battery pack calculator workflow and run with the in and outputs. They were clearly defined. They will not be defined clearly if you have 10 number containers and all of them are called number. Then the user doesn't really know what to do. There are also other options. You can go to the sidebar and you have the option to give tooltips. So let's go here, open the sidebar and check out, for example, the settings for the input design space. We have a little description here explaining us that this input is used to choose the design space that shall be filled with batteries. Okay, pretty clear. You should do so for all the other inputs and also the outputs. If you follow these simple steps, your users will be super happy and they might not come back to you with any question at all.